So yeah, I'm going to give basic information about myself first, who am I? And then I'll just give information about this training. So I am ParulChaturvedi. I am based in Singapore and I've been teaching yoga for the last 8+ years. I'm a children's and teens yoga teacher, lead trainer for this 95 hours kids yoga teachers training that's approved by Yoga Alliance. And I also create a lot of content. I enjoy creating a lot of well-being content for children. So you can see my YouTube channel, Bliss Yoga Kids, and you can see my courses on Udemy and on my platform. Think of it, with 4,000 hours of teaching experience, I'm a registered Yoga Alliance teacher. So although I'm specialized and passionate about children's and teens yoga, but I'm also certified in, hatha yoga, yin yoga, yoga therapies, anatomy, prenatal mindfulness, and sound healing. So the diverse age of certification is my reflection about dedication to continuous learning in this space, and I'm very committed to provide comprehensive and effective yoga tailored to the unique needs of my students, and specifically focus on children. And I also focus on children with all needs, that is diverse needs that include special needs also. And I created this Yoga Alliance approved kids yoga teachers training in 2021 for anyone who want to teach yoga to kids in this format. I've ran this training already 15 times, 15 batches in the last 1 year, in a combination of online and in-person batches in Singapore. In 2020, I have launched this online yoga studio, which is my platform, where you would access this whole training content in an online format. Also, that means you have access to the content even after the training. And that's this platform is particularly made to create content for children's well-being and trainings, so that it can be accessible by everyone and everywhere. So that's a basic introduction about myself. My teaching, I will just give a basic information about how I teach. My approach to teaching yoga to children is characterized by my deep understanding of child development and my ability to communicate and connect with children on their level. And when I say that, I have an understanding of children's development, and that's the reason my core of my yoga teachers training for children is actually based on child development. Because once we understand about the child development, we can actually customize the teaching techniques based on that. Otherwise, we are just going with one approach, just teaching yoga poses. But children's yoga is not only about teaching yoga poses. There are many elements that we have to bring in, and that's the reason children development is very important to understand about every child development according to the age group. And do bring in a lot of creativity, and I tailor my teaching method to suit different age groups, like I just mentioned, making each session very engaging and impactful. So for younger children, I teach and I incorporate elements of play, storytelling, music, creating interactive and enjoyable classes. I do understand as children grow older, their needs are different. So I adapt my approach to resonate with their changing interests and needs, incorporating like reflection, journaling, art, self-expression exercises. Even with teenagers, when I'm teaching and in my training, I infuse a lot of creativity by incorporating themes, discussions, and activities that promote self-discovery and personal growth. So basically, my teaching is across age group 2 to 18 years old, and that's what I'm going to be covering in my teachers training also for for children. And I customize my class according to age groups, taking into account, like I mentioned, development stages, behavior, challenges they may face. And I prioritize safety and engagement and well-being by emphasizing modification, considering like the unique anatomy of children and the development needs of children. So I'm dedicated to the continuous learning and my own development to continually evolve as a children's yoga teacher, so that I can contribute in this space effectively. And I'm very passionate about basically teaching yoga to the children and sharing the love of yoga and well-being with everyone who's interested in this space. And yeah, so my passion, my extensive experience and specialized training, I feel that it makes me a valuable resource for anyone who is seeking to learn about teaching yoga to children. And in short, I create nurturing, holistic, and inclusive environment where children can explore their bodies, emotions, and inner selves. So I bring in a lot of my own authenticity and adaptability to allow children to be themselves and express their individuality during the yoga practice. So all this that would basically be reflected in my children's yoga teachers training as well. Yeah. So that's about me. And about the teachers training. Yeah, it's a Yoga Alliance certified teachers training for kids yoga. It includes all elements in teaching kids yoga, which is fun, creative, informative, interactive. So you will learn to help kids manage their physical, emotional, and mental well-being through yoga postures, creative breathing, mindfulness, and meditation. And in this training, you will learn to blend, both approaches, the modern approaches and the traditional approaches. Overall, with this holistic training, you will equip yourself with all important tools, tips, and techniques of yoga to make you a confident kids yoga teacher. Yeah. So yes, I would just like to give a quick understanding about these elements, why we want to make yoga fun for kids and why I have included this as part of the training. Because, when it's kids, when you're working with the children, we have to make it interesting, engaging for children, otherwise, they might not look forward to coming to our classes because they're very different than adults. And that's why our objective is to make yoga interesting for children. And that's why in my training, I have a whole section, a day dedicated to bringing creativity in children's yoga classes through yoga themes, through yoga stories, through yoga journeys, playing yoga games. And you can think of all elements of yoga, from poses to breathing, mindfulness, and meditation, and you can bring in creativity in that to engage children. And one of the reasons why I also want to make children's yoga fun and creative is that because I want them to have good memories of yoga in their younger years so that they can use these tools, when they grow, and even outside the yoga mat, they can really understand the value of yoga. So that's the reason we want to make yoga fun, interesting, and engaging for them so that they look forward to coming for the class. Uh, yes, so I think scientifically also it's proven that our brain functions better when the environment is positive, when it's fun, because it builds a sense of community and you will experience a better classroom behavior, right? So fun learning will help kids, make them curious, creative, and they will develop their social skills. And teaching in a fun way will strengthen the teacher and the student bond as well. The training is also educational and informative. That means in the training, you will learn, have a lot of information about children, like how to explain yoga to the kids, what are the benefits, what are the importance of breathing. You will blend both traditional and modern approaches for teaching kids yoga. Like, when I say traditional approaches, you will learn mantras, you will learn yoga philosophies. When I say modern approaches, it is like, yoga games, yoga themes, music, storytelling. So I blended both the approaches based on my last 8+ years of experience. You will also learn teaching techniques of different age group, from 3 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, tweens, teens, across all the age group. I'll teach yoga philosophies, that is your life skills, 8 limbs of yoga, chakras, mudras, how to approach it for the kids. You will also learn key commandments and principles of kids yoga. You will learn class structure, class management, and a positive behavior management. You will also learn how to create lesson plans. We'll do many assignments and group discussion that will really give you confidence in teaching yoga to the kids. And you will also learn anatomy basics of kids yoga, and there will be also a session for special needs in that. And last but not the least, I will also tell you, after you have done this whole training, how do you set yourself as a kids yogapreneur now? Like, how do you market yourself? What are the tools of marketing in online and offline that will help you establish a kids yoga business? So I will give you a holistic teaching, which not only gives you information and knowledge, but also set you after the training how to take this training forward and making your living out of kids yoga training that you have done. And then the whole training is also very interactive. That means throughout the training, we'll have group discussion, you will learn to work together, we do many assignments and class practice. Okay. The output of this training is that you will learn to generate, interest in kids for yoga. You will help kids manage their physical, mental, and emotional well-being through the harmonious practice of yoga and mindfulness that will be delivered in the training through engaging and effective format that will enhance you and your, student in their emotional, physical, mental well-being. You're going to guide students. You will learn to guide children with, with all the right tools, techniques, tips to teach kids yoga, and help them use this practice of yoga not only on the yoga mat but outside the yoga mat as well, right? Yoga beyond yoga mat. So through yoga, we are teaching yoga poses, but we are also teaching so many other things that would come as part of this training. That is your life skills, social skills, communication skills, social bonding, collaboration, gratitude, working together, compassion. So that's why this training is not only about like learning yoga poses. That's why when people say that, I'm not flexible, or I'm not a yoga teacher, because teaching yoga to children is so much beyond yoga poses. You are bringing really a holistic approach in teaching yoga to the children. And yes, yoga poses are one part of it that I'm going to be teaching in this as well. And that's going to make you a confident kids yoga teacher. And at the end, I think kids will be our greatest teachers. So we should always be open to learning from them and from our community, right? And why to become a kids yoga teacher? I think the first thing from my experience is that becoming a kids yoga teacher is fulfilling and rewarding career, and it offers numerous benefits for both teacher and children. As a kids yoga teacher, you have an opportunity to make a positive impact on children's life, by helping children develop their physical strength, improve mental well-being, and cultivate emotional balance. And children today, you can face numerous challenges academically, technology overload, peer pressure. So you can contribute to their overall well-being in whatever capacity you are. Like as a parent, you can contribute. As an educator, you can contribute. As a yoga teacher, you can contribute. Or if you're passionate about working with the children, you're using all natural tools of yoga and mindfulness. So this space is really growing. In my experience, it is coming in a big way where everyone is talking about children's mental health, children's well-being. So I think in the coming years, we will need more teachers here who are equipped to work with the children, right? So as a teacher, it's a heartwarming and beautiful experience of witnessing children's transformation through yoga, and it brings definitely an immense joy. And their natural curiosity, their enthusiasm will reignite our inner child and adding joy to our teaching. And the flexibility of being a kids yoga teacher also allows you to choose different work settings such as schools, yoga studios, community centers, catering to your own preferences and interests. So eventually, by introducing yoga and mindfulness, at a young age, you are empowering children with lifelong love for this practice and a valuable skills for life. So becoming a kids yoga teacher is really meaningful way to, combine your passion of working with kids and well-being with an opportunity to make a positive impact on future generation. And you have an opportunity to plant seeds of wellness, that can continue to grow and flourish throughout their lives. Now, I feel that the becoming a kids yoga teacher is very rewarding and a fulfilling journey. Yeah, in terms of module details, there are 5 modules in the part of this training. Module one is, where we are focusing on younger children, that is children age 2 to 8 years old, and wherein I would be covering starting from very basic of building connection with the children to about introduction to breathing, creative breathing practices. Then we're going to be covering age appropriate teaching techniques from 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8 years old, and then I will also be covering some foundation topics like why yoga for kids, how can children benefit from it, how children's yoga is different than teaching adults, and the topics of bringing creativity. So I spend a lot of time in teaching students creativity in children's yoga, meditation, class structure, behavior management. So that's module one. There will be one assessment, a presentation at the end of module one. Then I have module two, where we are covering teaching techniques specifically for older kids like tweens and teens, that is age 9 to 12 years old, and teenagers. Module 3 and 4 would cover yoga philosophies and kids yoga anatomy. And that will also cover children with special needs. And module 5 is how to set up a kids yoga business, right? And there's a final presentation at the end of the training as well. So those are 5 modules as part of this training. As a bonus, you get, of course, you get the completion certificate, the Yoga Alliance completion certificate, but you also get 2 years access to 60 plus lessons for kids yoga resources with a free ebook manual that is 100 pages, yoga videos for kids yoga, yoga games, lesson plans. You get enrollment to 5 online kids yoga courses for your continuous learning. That's free. You get support call post training. You can get 10% discount on my Bliss Yoga cards and courses, and you also get access to the private group for the continuous guidance and support from me, as well as connecting to the community, to this community. Yeah, so I have trained almost, I would say, 100 plus teachers in the last 1 year. And I think as many as 1,000 plus children I have worked with. So yes, I bring in a lot of experience to share it with everyone to make this training effective for them. Benefits of introducing yoga to children. Maybe this is something we all are aware of, but maybe I've just summed it up and put it in three buckets. The first one is the physical benefits, that is the strength and flexibility, and also improving posture. So yoga is not only helpful in improving the strength, flexibility, but it's also good for improving the posture of children. A good posture is a representation of a good body language. So basically, good posture is important for building self-confidence and has a great impact on how others perceive. Apart from strength, flexibility, it also brings in all these benefits. Uh, Yoga also is helpful in mental and emotional benefits. That means helping children manage anxiety and stress, improve focus and concentration, managing feelings and big emotions. So I discussed this in a lot of detail in my training. And there are many subtle benefits of yoga for children, like bringing self-awareness, self-care, self-discipline, bringing in a lot of compassion for ourselves and for others. Yeah. So these are holistic benefits of teaching yoga to the children. And then there is a lot of difference when you are teaching yoga to the children as compared to adults, because children and teens, we cannot consider them as mini adults. From their anatomy to their attention span, there are fundamental differences that influence how children move through yoga poses and through classes, and how adults do it. So understanding these differences is really key to keep children safe on the mat, while also keeping children engaged in the class, and of course having fun. So teaching children's yoga is a mixture of classroom management, creative thinking, problem solving, and most importantly, tapping into our inner child and inner calm. Definitely, this is a journey which is to enjoy, takes a lot of patience, work, and desire to effectively leave a positive mark on children. It's worth every bit. It's very fulfilling. It's very rewarding. And when you see children the transformation and getting all the benefits of yoga, right? Yeah, now there are some FAQs which many students have already asked me. So I put it together, but if you have more questions, we can discuss it. So the first question I'm going to say is that many students have asked me that they are not yoga teacher and can they still take training? Yes, the answer is yes, absolutely. Because while teaching yoga to the children, it is so much beyond yoga postures, like I was sharing, creative ways of teaching kids yoga, uh, social skills, building connection, classroom management, spontaneous thinking, problem solving. And we will learn all this in the training in a structured format through class assignments, to interactive sessions, to daily presentations, to help you become a confident kids yoga teacher. Additionally, I will be sharing like 50 plus kids yoga poses and breathing practices with all their benefits, instructions, kid friendly names that will also give you confidence in yoga poses, right? So I hope that answers if somebody is curious about this. Yeah. Now, second one, is this a certified course? Can I pursue it as a career post the training? So yes, this is a kids yoga teachers training that's recognized by Yoga Alliance, and this is definitely a growing space. Like I was mentioning briefly before, it's a growing space. There is a lot of demand for teaching kids yoga or children's wellness in different spaces like schools, and or community centers or different places which works with children, kindergarten, preschool. So in this training, I also have a separate segment on helping students how to set up a kids yoga business, like I shared before, where I will share step-by-step approach on setting your own kids yoga business that will not only include, whom to approach, but how to approach with the tools of digital marketing and content, because I'm also a digital marketer and I've been doing digital marketing for last 8 years also. So yes, I bring in a blend of both to help the students. So there are plenty of approaches. I'm sorry, there are plenty of opportunities to teach yoga to kids in housing societies, yoga studios, private yoga, kindergarten, schools, camps, workshops. So you can do many things with this if you're really, and if you really enjoy working with children. And then, yeah, many people ask if they are already yoga teachers, you can apply for registered children yoga teacher after completing this training on Yoga Alliance dashboard. You can just log in there. If you have already done your 200 hours and you need to have 30 hours of teaching experience in children as well, then you can apply for it. I can guide you if anyone is keen on that. And yeah, now many people also ask me, I'm not flexible. Can I still teach yoga to the kids? So yes, like I said, like children's yoga is so much beyond yoga postures. I think children never judge us on our flexibility. It's not about doing a perfect yoga posture, but more important is, their mind-body connection, social skills, building connection, being creative. yoga posture is just a small part of it. There are so many things that we can teach children through the training about, how connect with their body, building coordination, improving focus, and yoga poses are one part of it. It's not always about perfect yoga posture because yoga is a journey, right? Yes, and yeah, there are a lot of reviews that my students have given. You can always go on Google and check those reviews as well. But I put it here. Yeah, so I have some video reviews.
Hi everyone, my name is Ivana, and a few days ago I finished my 95 hours kids yoga teachers training with Bliss Yoga Singapore, and I absolutely loved it. The 95 hours went so fast for me. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. The training was very well balanced, organized between the practice and the theory. Now I have all online access, all course or resources, so I can use it anytime I need it. And Parul is available for us anytime we need it, anytime we have any questions or any concerns. Parul, she's great. I love her energy, her enthusiasm, her passion for kids and yoga. This is great.
Okay, so I'll just pause it. You can see it later. I will put it on my YouTube. Yeah. So yes, I think this is something that I wanted to share through this workshop. I invite you to join this movement to bring yoga to children, create a positive space for children. Okay, thank you so much.